In this video we're going to continue on in the reel-to-reel pattern, and we're going to play with walk-to-trot transitions. I'm on Ike here. He's a 3-year-old, coming on 4-year-old Dutch warmblood, and bringing him along. And so this will be our first time of just playing with the reel-to-reel pattern. We've really been getting him, following the rail, doing circles, that sort of thing, and he's doing well. So this will be a great place to start him with. So I'm going to start with my circles here, just walking and getting that nice. And I've flipped the reel-to-reel pattern. I'm putting the circles here in the corner instead of out in the center of the arena like I had in the last video. And I like to do this for the real green horses, and if you were preparing for canners, and I'll show you that in another video. But so I can use the rail to help me on the circles here. And I'm just going to walk the circles until I feel they're pretty good. And then when I feel like the circle's doing well, when I get to the green cone, I'm going to pick up a trot and follow the rail. So my transition's going to be at the green cone there as I come around here. So this is pretty good. So I'm going to bring my life up, ask for the trot, head on down the rail. And then I'm just going to follow all the way around to the second green cone here. And then I'm going to diagonal up to the red cones. Now as I come into the red cones, I'm going to transition down, soften down. He doesn't really want to come, so I'm going to just pick up and bend him. Or I'll make a smaller circle. So he didn't pay attention to my seat. And there he's kind of avoiding, so I'm just going to keep helping him. And even if he misses it, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it. I just keep going and set up, can I get a nice circle going? And remember, if your horse falls in, like here he wants to fall in, so I shift my weight out a little bit. And that's nice. And I help him because he wants to kind of avoid going through the center of the red cones. And this is pretty nice here. So again, when I get to the green cone, I bring my life up and put a little feel with my legs. If there's no response, I'm going to tap them with the crop. So I'm helping them, saying, hey, come on up with me. Follow the rail all the way down and around. Second green cone, I diagonal up to the red cones. As I come to the red cones, I'm going to relax down and just pick up a little feel with the reins, getting him to pay attention to say, hey, come with me. Because he kind of blew me off a little bit. He's not really paying attention to my seat yet, so I had to use a little rein, but not as much as the other side. So again, I pick up my circle and just get a nice walk going here. So I'm getting that rhythmic walk. Is he following my line of travel, which is the circle? And third thing is he bending through his body? And that's pretty up there. He's kind of falling in, so I shift my weight out a little bit. And then if I need to do more than shift my weight, then I can come in with my reins. There he's kind of falling out, so then I shift my weight in, then use my reins, then use my legs. So pretty good. So I'm going to bring my life up and say, let's trot on. If he's not there with me, then I tap him with the whip to say, stay with me. When my life comes up, I want you coming up. When my life comes down, I want you coming down. Because we want that transition to happen exactly at the point where my leg, so there I come down, he doesn't come with, so I just pick up, bend him, or make the circle smaller. to say, hey, listen to my seat. Because I want that transition to happen when my leg's in line with the point. So when you're riding your dressage test, that transition, or when you're changing from one, like from the circle to a straight line, you want it to happen right when your leg's in line with the marker. So that's a good rule of thumb. You know, if it's a little bit before or a little bit after, that's not going to be a big deal, but that's what you're trying for. So again, I'm walking that circle, keeping him on the circle, and he's doing really well. You know, yeah, he's falling in and out a bit, but it's not bad. So there he's falling out, so I shift my weight in, come on with a little outside leg, and then help him with the reins here. So this is good. So I'm going to prepare for the trot at the green cone. So we're coming around. I look up, I look down the rail, I bring my life up, put a little feel with my calves. He's not there, so I tap him with the crop, saying, hey, come on with me. Come around. Second green cone here. I look up diagonally into the red cones. I'm going to transition down at the red cones. And he's not there. I came down, and it took me that long for him to come down with me. And again, I'm not making it a huge deal at this stage with him. If it's a more advanced horse that knows, then I might get a little firmer with him. And I might get a little firmer if he just keeps doing it. But right now, this is fine. So I'm just saying, hey, where are you? Are you here with me? And that's just by picking. I first soften my seat. I kind of just melt down. And then I'm going to pick up my reins a little bit. And if he doesn't pay attention to that, then bend him. So here, this is pretty good. It's getting a nice circle going. So at green, I'm going to focus up and down. Bring my life up and say, let's trot. So that was pretty good. I just had to help him a little bit with the crop. Come on down and around. You know, he's still a little wiggly coming through there, but not bad. And I'm going to prepare and soften and relax down. He doesn't come, so I pick up and I bend, saying, hey, where are you? Because he really just kind of checks out. And part of it, he gets a little braced in his body going this way. And so I'm just going to bend him to say, hey, come back to me. Get this nice soft, relaxed walk going. So I got a forward rhythmic walk. He's staying on the line of travel. He's bending through his body. And so the bend through his body is a little bit stiff, so I just keep helping him. I have a feel to my horse's mouth, but at the walk, my hands have to flow with him. You don't want to just be fixed solid, because the head has to give up and down. So I look up, look down the rail, pick up my life, and that was nice. I didn't need to use any crop that time. And diagonal up to the red cones. And soften. He doesn't come down, so I just pick up and bend. Saying, where did you go? Because he's not listening to my seat at all. What he does is he kind of gets into the trot mode and he just goes. So he checks out, and I don't want him checking out. So if I just put him on the pattern and kept him going at the trot, he would do great. And so the next step of this is these transitions, getting him to really pay attention to me. So there's a nice circle, and bring my life up. Nice. So his upwards getting better, more responsive. Heading off to the second green cone, and then to the red cones. And soften, bring my life down, he's not there, and I pick up a little feel with the reins, and he kind of braces, and so I just bend him, saying, hey, don't brace, and soften and come back. And then get the walk going here. And so his circles are doing nice. Oh, there he falls out, so I come on with a little, shift my weight to the inside, come on with a little outside leg, and then reins. And bring my life up. He thought about it, then he kind of hesitated, but then I helped him a little bit, and then he went up into it. Come across, look up to the red cones. And soften down. And that time I was a little quicker on the bend, saying, hey, you know, we're doing the same thing every time here, so pay attention. When we get to the red cones, I'm going to soften down, and I want you to come with me. So I just slowly getting a little bit more insistent on the transition. Yeah, I like he's staying on the circle real nice. We get to the green cone, we're going to transition up. So my life comes up, head off down the rail. And he's still wiggly on the straight lines, and that's to be expected at this stage. We're trying to get him as straight as we can, but I'm not making a huge deal. And I soften. Hey, much better. There, that time I just kind of picked up a little bit with my reins, and he's like, oh, okay. So I like that. Come around. He walks a little bit slow, but it's still doable. And that was pretty good. He hesitated for a moment there, and I said, nope, let's keep going, and he stayed with me. Come across, look up to the red cones. And soften down. Yeah, much better. So the last two times, he actually, when I soften, he's like, what are you doing? Instead of just totally blowing me off. He wasn't quite sure, but then me picking up a little bit of rein, then he is like, oh, okay. And within a couple steps he came down, and so that's really what we're looking for, is for him to pay attention to that. And when I come up, he comes up. When I go down, he goes down. Now You can do the transition at any point you want to. I'm just showing you one variation here. This is, one of the easier ones. It's a great place to get the walk good, and then it makes it a little easier just trotting out there doing the rest. But you can do your trot circles and walk out there, or you can do trotting from the green cone all the way up, do your circles all the way back to the green, and just do the walk across the end wall. So go out there and play with it and have fun. Use the different obstacles, the different lines, and you might transition at every cone. Just get creative with it. Go out there, have fun, play with it. Let me know how it's working for you. Thanks for watching.